Well, hello there, lovelies. It's Stephanie from Oh You're Lovely, where we carry the largest selection of wood flowers in the United States. Welcome back to another tutorial. And today, it's that time of year. It's back to school. All right, you guys, welcome back to this tutorial. It is all about back to school. So we're going to make a gift, and then I'm going to give you lots of different alternatives for said gift. Most of these items I picked up at the dollar store to build off of. Big, huge bonus, because I believe teachers, and it might depend on your state, but I believe they can't accept gifts over a certain dollar amount. So let's see if we can pull this all together. Cost conscious, but also beautifully floralistic. Who knows? Okay, let's jump into it. I will explain the vision and then we will create the vision. Okay, so the first thing I have is this little votive candle holder. Again, I got this at the dollar. It's a $1.25 store now. It's no longer a dollar, but and I put in just a tiny amount of floral foam. I don't know that it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be necessary for what I want to do, but you could make something without having the floral foam in there, or you could put just a tiniest dab of Gap and Crack filler. A little bit though, because this does expand and go upward and we don't want it to like fill the whole, at least I wouldn't want it to fill the whole candle because this is kind of see-through. My thought was you can see a little bit of floral foam before the arrangements in there, but afterwards it'll be fine, and I needed something to stick my flower stems into. That was a lot for just a little thing. Okay, but that's part of the gift. Next part, these teeny tiny little candles with a lid on them, also from the dollar store, $1.25. We're going to do a candle topper on this. So we've got a cute little candle, and then we're gonna put it all in this little carrying tote that I also found at the dollar store. So my thought or vision, and we can talk more about it maybe at the end of all of the different like things you can do, but right at the top of my head, if you have a Cricut or a silhouette or even some vinyl stickers, you could put the teacher's name on there, the class, what have you, the name of the school, the mascot, so on and so forth. Also, there's extra little cubbies, so I'm gonna put my flowers and my candle in here. You could put this, a book, some pencils, school supplies that they use as like a community type thing, in this teeny tiny little cute carry-on. You could also switch out some of these things too. Anything that can fit in these little, you could just do one thing. You could just do the candle topper with the little flowers coming through, and then you got pencils and whatever other supply. There's lots of things you can do in order to customize this. We're gonna do what's in my head. This is the time when you have all of those bits and bobs, as we like to call it, of greenery. These are the kind of projects that are perfect for the bits and bobs of greenery. So I have a collection over here, and then for flowers, whatever you want to do. I got some larger flowers. A mini set of flowers or munchkins probably would be better for some of this, but these are the flowers I pulled. We'll see. Oh, and just for an added bonus, I have some fake little apples from a thrift store find I had. They might actually be cherries, but we're gonna make them look like apples in one of the arrangements, probably, just to add that little, I know it's niche and it's overly used, apples and teachers, but there's something about a cute little apple. I think it'll all pull together. Okay, that is the overarching. We're gonna work first on I wanna work on the mini arrangement first. I gotta let my glue gun warm up for the candle topper. And yeah, we're in for a couple teeny tiny adorable arrangements. So meet me back here and let's do this. One thing I'll note is greenery that we carry like this, where it has a shorter stem, is perfect for pieces like this. A lot of the time, if you're going to be individually using some of these stems, you have to kind of stem up, put a longer stem onto it so you can use it for some other centerpieces and or bouquets. But for something small like this, I can get away, usually, hopefully I didn't speak too soon, of being able to put that in there. And I'm going to, yeah, that'll work just fine. Now my floral foam is gonna move and groove, at least at first, as we're adding things in. But it'll start to hide the floral foam for the most part. Okay. And I don't like these together, so I'm just gonna take one of them off. Right in the center. Okay. Our greenery is basically done on our little floral arrangement. Now with the colors of the flowers, you could go by school color, you can go by a feeling. If you are somebody who's has had multiple children in the same classroom or something and know the teacher's favorite color, you can do things like that. You can let the kids pick the colors they want to give the teacher. Actually, that's probably a great idea. Get them involved in it as well. And have some pride of like, so-and-so, I picked these out specifically for you. And the thought behind that. And for the size of this, I think 3 flowers is plenty enough. You can always do more if you want. And that coming from me, I know says a lot, because if you know anything about how I make arrangements, more is more is more. But I think for this, we can be a little demure with it, a little mindful. All right, so with this, you can usually just put it straight in there. I am debating on the color if I should paint this a little bit more of a lighter red ruby from Testers. Let's just see if we like that a little bit better if we paint it a different color. You never know until you try, right? Oh yeah, that brightens it up a little bit. I'm just doing a little bit. And the other color is shining through still. Now I should probably just let this dry before I put it in. Am I gonna? Nope, I'm gonna pop it right in there, right now. And if it gets on my flowers, it gets on my flowers. I think we'll be okay though. Bye. There. Okay. That first arrangement is done. Now we're on to the candle. Okay, with the candle, I think only 3 flowers are going to be needed. You get the idea. And again, I said bits and bobs. So I have also these little adorable purple berries that were on part of one of our pieces of greenery. It's got some little extra twiggy guys. I also have some smilax I think does really well with these kind of candle toppers. And a couple little things of like a boxwood shaped greenery as well. So that's a fun little mix. Oh, I like this one too. This is where we have to kind of decide on our color. I feel like that one's got to, yeah, okay. A couple more little berries if needed. Up gluing everything right on. And I'm going to keep it right onto the candle right now, but you could take the top off if you wanted to. You can also cut some of this greenery into various different pieces. And the first thing we're gonna do is just cover our bottom base, basically. Now, some of these pieces of greenery are thinner plastic. They're artificial pieces of greenery. And when hot glue touches them, they do start to kind of melt. So don't freak out too much, but also work quickly when you're putting it in place. And I typically put a lot, or I try to put a bunch into my glob of glue and start to kind of blend them all together so they're all sticking together at the same time. And we're just going to continue doing that, layering things for things like this, little pieces. Sometimes I like to make them go upward too. You can also remember to, you can add greenery in at the end. Right now we're kind of just making our base for where our flowers are gonna lay on, and then we can add some more greenery in there as well to give it a little oomph, so to speak. So I like these more wispy kind of greenery pieces for things like this. I feel like they lend themselves really well for building up some bases. And this glue is still kind of warm. It's starting to chill, so we're gonna, yeah, see now I've got some of those leaves are kind of curling and disappearing and melting into the glue. And that is normal and that is okay. So our base is pretty much, I would consider the base done already. And I don't know that I'm gonna, we'll see what other pieces of greenery we're gonna add. We still got some choices. Now this flower in particular, I like that it's actually got like a flat side to it, because that flat side is where it's gonna go kind of lean on. Again, we're gonna add more glue to that center. And that's just adding more stability to the greenery on the base, as well as now we're gonna add our flower. And then what I like to do is I flank, typically I use 3 flowers. So I have my biggest one, and it doesn't have to be size difference. You can do all the same size. And I basically like to make these little sections, and it's hiding the connecting points. That's the best way for me to describe it. You can still glue directly onto the other flowers if you want. I typically seem to put the glue on the base of the flower just because that's kind of what I'm used to. So you could keep that as is, just as it is right now. But as you all know, your girl is extra extra, and that's where these like little berry pieces and the other pieces of greenery come from. You can now add, like there's definitely right here, there's a hole where these two are. So to cover some of that, I'm gonna add a little bit of glue. And I'm gonna add 2 of these. One at the bottom base and one at the top. And now that's in there. The only thing is when we're working with really small things and hot glue, be mindful of your fingers. I know I say it every time, but I mean it. Don't burn your adorable fingers. Okay, so on the top, there's also, I'm gonna put some greenery, I think, in there. Yeah, instead of the berries. So I'm gonna put some glue on the base of my greenery instead of putting the glue into the flower. And hope I can, yeah, scoot it down in there. There we go. And then I'm gonna do one more like that in the same spot, yep. And if you have a little bit of a longer tail of greenery, you can add glue to the base of it if you want. All right. And because this is a top, you can change, like if you want the sunflower to be the main anything by the label, just adjust that. And there you go. Okay, gifty number 2 is done. Let's put it all together. Didn't this not turn out the cutest? Oh my gosh, so dang cute. There's also plenty of room for other things. So we could put, like, I'll slide that there, pop like some sort of, I don't think a skinny cup would work, but a little gift card for the caffeine that is needed to be a teacher, or a gift card to Amazon Staples for additional school supplies, things like that. This is such a cute idea. But I have another one too. And this is a take I've seen before where people deliver fresh flowers with a cup of coffee. Could do something similar. Grab one of these from your local coffee shop, fast food restaurant, what have you. Have some sort of tumbler in there for the teacher, maybe with a gift card inside, and then make one of these little, either you can do the candle, will fit in there just fine. So does this little candle, votive. So you can deliver them some flowers and a cup of coffee. How stinky cute. Or again, too, you could do the same thing with the pencils. Put in a tumbler, put some pencils in there, have your gift card on the other side, and hand that on over. The nice thing, too, then with this little candle topper, once the candle's done, they have an empty vase if they want to put that on. They can store things in it. Or this would be easy, especially depending on the top that you have. Something like this, there's foam on the other side. You could put a magnet on here, and then later on they can just put that on a metal board and have a cute little flower display as well. Sky's the limit. Your creativity is the only limitation. So I'd love to see if you make any of these little gifties now for back to school, during the holidays, etc., etc. And it doesn't just have to be for a teacher, but man, oh man, give those teachers some love. All right, you guys, if you have any questions, just pop them down below in the comments. I completely forgot to remind you, we do have a coupon code for you lovely viewers. Use the code YouTube30 to get 30% off one regular priced order. Also, if you're loving this channel, can't get enough, want to know the next time we post a video, which is typically once a week, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell so you are notified every time a new video goes up. All right, you guys, I will see you next week for another craft and tutorial. I'm Stephanie from Oh You're Lovely. You, my friends, absolutely lovely. Bye, guys.